Hey, this is Joel and welcome back to the Traveler Toolkit. Today I've got a great video for you, and for that we're going to be heading into the woods a little bit, and as you probably notice, I have something interesting on my back. Today we're going to be checking out a tent that's not only portable, but it should be really easy to set up. It's the Air Nest from a company called Rise Outdoors. I believe they're a Canadian-based company, and this has got to be one of the most unique tents that I've ever seen. Not only does it have a built-in mattress, but even once it's fully assembled, you can pick it up and move it. I've seen people float these down a river. There's a lot of really cool features that it has, not to mention the fact that it packs into a backpack that you can just walk around with. Now, it's not super light, but it's packable. It's easy to walk a half mile, quarter mile, maybe a full mile if you're fit into the woods and camp with. So I've chosen this beautiful late summer day, finally cool enough to be out here in the woods and think about staying overnight because it's not so humid. So come along with me as we unpack this thing for the very first time. I'll give you my open and honest thoughts. And I do not have any sort of relationship with this company, but they did send this tent for us to check out together. So thank you to Rise for doing that. And if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description below along with chapters throughout this video so you can jump to the parts you're most interested in. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump in and check this thing out together. All right, this looks like the place right here. We're gonna set things up. And as I take this bag off, I just kind of want to call out how interesting this bag is. It's more like a duffel on the side. It's got these handles and some straps, a nice hardy strap up top, and then of course, the backpack straps that you saw me using here. It's got a chest clip right here in the middle. I'm really impressed with how it carries, and for something that's kind of a little heavy, it's not too bad to carry around on your back. So that's important because you often don't camp right next to where your car is. I also have this little pouch here. This is our inflator, should I say our inflation pump. So I'll show you this in just a minute, but just know it's what's in this case here. But what I'm gonna do first is start to get the tent out of the bag, start to set it up, and then we'll get the pump out and begin to pump it up. So it's always hard to know how far back to get because we're not sure how big these tents will be when we get them out, but I'll do my best to keep you adjusted so you can see the whole thing from beginning to end. Just unstrapping and unzipping things. Got a blustery day, so hopefully we can get this staked down with no issues before it blows away. As I open it up, I can tell you that this top pocket here probably has stakes. Yes, it's got all sorts of things in here we'll get back to in just a minute. Stakes and cords and tie downs. It's all right here kind of in the lid for the bag. Then we just kind of grab the bottom part. Looks like it's all together. Oh no, it's strapped into the bag. So these straps right here are keeping it in the bag. Again, there we go. And the tent is kind of tied up inside of there. So this is our entire tent here. I'll go ahead and take the bag and set it to the side. Okay. Oh, we've got a little bag inside. Okay, so even though we do have an electric pump, that must be an extra because inside this bag is a manual pump. I guess if you don't want to purchase the electric pump, you've got this manual pump. Very similar to what I've seen with other tents here. Put your feet down and put your inlet right there. Your hose goes right there. Got a little gauge on top, so really easy if you want to pump it up manually, but I would suggest using an electric pump even if you don't buy that one. They're so much easier, they're so small, and they're not that expensive. Just makes something like this a whole lot more fun, but you do get this. All right, let's begin to open this thing up and see what direction it wants to point. So we can point it in the right direction. Wow, I like this. So the footprint on this tent is about the size of a queen mattress. That's what they say, the bottom is a queen mattress. So it looks like that's as hard as it is to get it out of the bag and set it up. That's not hard at all. Let's go ahead and get the pump out. I can show you what we have in that bag, and then we'll put it to work on the tent and see how it inflates. Hey, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Did you know that our video sponsor today, eTrailer.com, also carries camping supplies? That's right, most people only think of them as an RV or trailer supply website, but in fact they have a great assortment of camping supplies. Everything from kayaks to chairs to fire pits to lights. They have all the things you need to make your camping adventures fun, memorable, and easy. Don't forget that. The right tools make things easy. So head on over to eTrailer.com, check them out for yourself. I've been using them for more than a decade, long before they were a sponsor of this channel, and I love their great tutorial and install videos for anything trailer and RV, but I also love that I get great customer service. If I ever have a problem, I can reach out and eTrailer.com will take care of me. So I'll leave my personal link in the video description. Make sure you use that when you support our video sponsor, eTrailer.com. Now, before we put it to use, let's take a look at the AirBank pump that comes with the Rise tent. You can see it comes in this travel bag, or really a travel case. These corners are hard. It's got this handle on top and a big zipper that goes all the way around to the back there. Opens up like a clamshell, so you can see you have some pieces up top and then the pump itself down below. I believe up top this is going to be the hose. Seems like it. Yeah, the hose. We'll get to that in just a second. First, let's look at the pump itself down here. Inside you have your quick start guide with some instructions for connecting the hose, tips, tricks, questions, and answers. That's really nice and that's good. You also have the user manual, the Puffer Pro, and then just some protection here on each side. Got these straps, Velcro straps holding the pump in. These are elastic, so they stretch. This feels like a quality case for something like a pump. And here we have the pump itself. You have a handle. Well, that's really cool. You can carry it like that. And then your inflate and deflate ports, it says. It also has what looks to be, your charging port. Let's flip that over. Your charging port here. You have a USB-C and a DC. I believe that's a DC in, so that's how you would charge it. USB-C out, so it is also a power bank, I'm guessing. Then, if we flip it over, we just have some rubber feet on the bottom that allow it to stay on slick surfaces, stay in one place. So, hardy looking pump on here. We'll get this out and put it to work in just a minute. Let's take another look here in the case and just look at the hoses that come with it right up here on top. They're all in this Ziploc bag. And as we unwrap everything, we will see, right here up top. So to start, we have the USB-C brick, which is nice. Not everybody's including those anymore. The USB-C cord, so maybe it is chargeable via USB-C. That would be really nice. We have extra, looks like gaskets and adapters. And then we have our hose itself. Looks like this is a quick connect. This will go on the pump. And then we have nozzles. All sorts of nozzles here, so it looks like you can choose the correct nozzle, take it off here, and it's a quick connect. Look at that right there, quarter turn. So it's got a really cool mechanism right here with this right here, and there's a bar in the middle, kind of sticks in, quarter turn. It's a harder turn than you might think, but yeah, it's got several different sizes. They're numbered 1 all the way up to 6, so we'll see which one we need. But this is the pump itself, the hose, and everything that comes with it. All right, just thought we'd take a look at the tent before we inflated it. On each corner, we have an inlet for air like this. So there's one there. The same on this corner here. On the front corner, there is a different inlet. This one is more of a screw valve. I believe this is to release air if you maybe pump it up a little bit too much. And then on the back, we have the same valve. And we're going to choose to inflate right here. I guess this is as good a spot as any. All of these seem to go to these kind of pinnacle piers that inflate. So they do give you a lot of adapters, but through some trial and error, I've discovered that I believe this is the adapter you need here. It's just the red washer and this great looking hook. It's nice and secure. It goes inside this hole here, and just a quarter turn, and it locks itself in. So we're connected there, we're connected to the pump. We're gonna go ahead and turn the pump on, holding the power button. Okay, they say to set it to 4 PSI. You can go 5 or 6 if it's cold, but never more than 7. We're gonna tap the power button again, and this will inflate. So let's try it. And there she goes. Let's go back on the tripod so we get a wider view of this inflating. It's looking pretty good. They say to make sure you help it by unbunching it as it's coming together and kind of see how it wants to go. So we'll just kind of hold these out here to help. Whoa, that is crazy looking. And I've heard the pump kind of change its tune now. Once it hit 1 PSI, it changed to a little bit different sound. Now it's focused on pumping. That was just volume before, but look, the inside is already formed. The pillars are there. And yeah, we're gonna get up to 4 PSI and we'll be completely inflated. But look at what we have already. All right, we shut off. And I gotta say, this is pretty fun with an electric pump, 4 PSI. And look at what we got here. So let's go ahead and get things moved around and we'll start talking about features and everything else. Now, as you open up the tent, you will see there is a mattress inside here. This is the mattress and it has the same inlets, one on each side, I believe. We'll check the front, but this is what will inflate to a queen size mattress before we're done. Okay, I closed the inlet over there. We've got our same connection here. I'm gonna hook it up in this corner with just a quarter turn to the right. Gonna take my pump and set it to 1 PSI just for the mattress. Takes much less air. 1 and let it go. All right, and just take this out. Got an auto close on these vents. Put the cap on and we're done. All right, let's check this out. Oh yeah, queen size bed, all to myself. Don't mind if I do. This is pretty comfortable. I mean, inside this tent, the entire floor is the mattress, and I would probably let some air out at 1 PSI, but it's nice when nothing else needs to be done, that the mattress is the floor, everything is there. So why don't I invite you in and show you a little bit of what's going on around here on the inside so you can see some of these pillars, the pockets, and everything else. All right, so this is what the inside of the air nest looks like. These are the air pillars, and you'll kind of see this orange just filters the light a lot better than the blue, and so it lets in a lot of natural light here. You do have your air pillars along the side. These things are really sturdy. They feel really full. The mattress itself is a nice texture. It's not slippery like the side of the tent, but it's also not like suede or anything that wants to grip your clothes or your shoes. We've got pockets here on the side. We've got some pockets on this side, some littler pockets down below, places to put your phone, a light, things like that. And this is the front door here. We'll look at this in a minute, but we have nice zipper pulls on the inside and out. We can open it up and there's a lot more to see. So let's go ahead and get out of here and check it out. And before we strap this down with the stakes, because it is a little windy today, I want to show you that there are handles on each side and just how easy this is to pick up. There are 2 handles on each side like this, and I can pick this up. Let's see if I can put it on my back. Yeah, this whole thing right on top of my back. And it's just easy to move around. I mean, look how easy it is. You can put this almost anywhere. And when you're done, just set it down, get out of the way. And there she is. This has gotta be the most indestructible feeling tent ever. It went up in just a few minutes, feels really sturdy, and you can pick it up and move it around the campsite so you're positioned just perfectly, and then put your stakes down. But these handles on the side really make that a lot easier. And on each corner you have a little gray loop like this one that we can hang a stake on. So they give you a bag of stakes here, and they're not just your run-of-the-mill junk stakes. These actually are pretty nice. So here's a closer look at the stakes that you get. These are much nicer than normal. Got a little paracord on the end there, the Rise logo everywhere. But these are gonna stick down here in the corners to ensure that our tent doesn't go anywhere. And we've got this little guy here. You put it on the end, and I'm just gonna stick them in with my foot to keep our tent from going anywhere. I'm not quite sure what this little tool is here, but I think it's maybe to put on the end of the stakes and pound down on so you don't hurt your hand. I don't know if that's what it's for, but it works really well. And since this is the fourth one here, I'm gonna pull it out to the corner to make sure we're nice and tight all the way around. Boom. And now as you can see the tent starting to take shape, I'm seeing that this is like a tunnel for the front. So it's almost like a big flap that unzips, and all you have to do is take this front portion here, and I believe stake this down. So pull it tight, put a stake in here on the side. Oh, beautiful. Sweet. And now that we're staked down here, we can unzip to the middle. So we have like a tunnel down the center. Yeah, so this is a flap here that basically creates a tunnel, or you can roll it up here and just kind of hang it up top. Ta-da! And if you need to make micro adjustments down here, these are actually led to this little strap right here like this, so you can just pull and it's tighter. Look at that. Nice and tight on both sides. You've got this awesome tunnel. It's like the tent was built with an overhang. Check this out. It's got like its own porch. This is the first tent I've done that has its own porch. And we have this string that runs through here that I believe is some kind of tensioner. Just pull this string to tension things out a little bit. Got our zipper pulls that open up into our tent. And look at that. Wow, this is really fun. I even like how it has a built-in, I would call it a doormat. This is just a place if it's wet grass or something, you can put your feet, put your shoes, but you're covered. That's super cool. You're covered under your own little porch here, and you can just kind of stick your head out or watch the rain from the inside. All right, let's take a break from setup and talk first thoughts. As you can see just from this shot here, this is a super fun tent to be inside of and around. I mean, I said in the beginning that it was different than anything else I had ever seen, and I absolutely meant that. It lived up to what I thought it would live up to. It's just a super cool shape, colors, setup, the way that it looks just from the outside makes you go, I just want to go camping. I want to go inside of there. And honestly, just in the 15, 20 minutes we've had it up, I've realized there are so many little features that it would take me forever to figure out. Like, I love that each and every one of these little pulls has a little push button, so you can loosen it all the way to the end and tighten it. I love that on these zippers, they have these giant thumb holds, so you can just grab it with one finger and pull it. I love that the colors kind of radiate more warm light inside. It's got this string that's tensionable down the middle if you wanted to hang lights from it, or maybe even towels to dry out. I love the porch section. This idea that we have like a tunnel coming into our tent. So if it were to rain, if we wanted to use that as our bug screen and leave this open, there are so many different ways you can set this tent up. So it's not as though, as I first thought, the mattress is the entire ground. It's as though you have almost like an extra tent where the grass is your ground and you can get in and use that. You can also stand up pretty decently in here. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall and I can almost stand up to, like, you know, a crouch in it, but easy enough to go in and get dressed in. It's got pockets in every single corner here, every single side. These are all pockets. They're all tensioned. They're all elastic on the top, and they're see-through so you can see what you have inside of them. Overall, I'm not just impressed with the quality of the build, but I'm also impressed with the quality of the design. You can open this thing up, get airflow from front to back. Right now we have the back closed off, but there are so many different ways to set this up that you could sleep 2 or 3 people in here. You could be really happy, keep all your gear in here, keep it dry. It's just really cool. And the fact that you can blow it up, reposition it, or just move it around the campsite in various different ways makes it all that more fun. I think that there's always that remorse when you set up a tent that I wish I had set it up over there or 5 feet to the left. With this tent, you don't need to worry. You can do that. And then, of course, deflation is probably just as easy because if you have that electric pump, you can hook it up to deflate, suck the air out, put it back in the bag, no problem. So let's do some more exploring. I like this idea. There's actually a little brow on the front of this tent. So this is a little stiffer material, and underneath it has these little arms that are Velcro. They can lay down inside the brow, or you can set them up like this with the Velcro, and it just gives you a little airflow when the front of the tent is closed off. So even if this is closed, you're still getting airflow from the brow vent. Let's get out our scorecard for the Airnest and talk about the things that really matter. The first question I always ask myself is, does this make me want to go camping? And this is absolutely, unequivocally a yes. I absolutely want to camp in this. In fact, I'm going to sleep in this very soon, if not tonight, because it's just so fun. The fact that the air mattress is built into the bottom of the tent is great, and I love this porch. I love the hangover section, and it's kind of like just an extra tent connected to your mattress sleeping area, so that's a lot of fun. So yes, it makes me want to camp. B, is it going to hold up? Is it durable? Is it high quality? I think that's also a yes. All the materials around it, the loops, the hooks, the pegs, the handles, everything just feels like it's gonna last a lifetime if you take care of it. In fact, that's what their instructions say. If you take care of it, it'll last a lifetime. So I think it really should last a long time, and you should get a lot of fun use out of it. And 3, I want to ask myself, is it easy to use? Because if it's not easy to use, then none of the other things are going to be true. And I think once I got past the initial hurdle of what nozzle do I use, what adapter do I use, it's extremely easy to set up. I mean, these inflatable tents are the best. There are no poles. There is no fussing around. You can do it one person all by yourself. I do all these tents by myself, so I can tell you how hard is it going to be with one person. And this is easy to do just by yourself. So it's easy to set up. It's easy to tear down. It's easy to transport with that backpack case. And I think that's a really good idea as well. So you can just throw it on your back and take it to the campsite. So I give it pretty high marks all the way across because it's going to make me want to camp, it's easy to set up, and it's going to last because it seems to be made of great, durable, high quality materials. And no, nobody paid me to say that. I just really think it is that good. Hey, if you made it all the way to the end, thanks for being a loyal viewer and probably subscriber. If you're not already, please consider subscribing. And if you haven't done so, please leave me a thumbs up. That really does help the channel. If you're looking for the link to the Rise Airnest, I'm going to leave it in the description down below so you can check it out for yourself. As always, my name is Joel. This is the Traveler Toolkit, and I'll see you in the next video.